if it's to welcome to the Rescreened LLC Late Model Tour, brought to you live from South Boston Speedway. Race number 4 of the season. Uh, After an off week, well needed off week, I think, and yeah, we're here. We're back at it. We're going to see what these late model drivers can do. Uh, yeah, so far we've had a three-peat, right? Justin Brooks winning all three races. He's had his work cut out for him, but he's got it done all three times. Uh, how do you guys feel? Hey, we got Chase Berry and Justin Wilson in the booth with us here tonight. How do you guys feel about the race tonight?
Wow, I mean, it's really going to boil down to, does anybody have anything for Brooks? I mean, like you said, he's won the first three races of the season. I'm not saying this isn't a strong field, but he's definitely been class of the field these first three races.
Yeah, I agree with you, Justin. I think Justin Brooks is, he's got a handle on these cars and he's able to, do what he wants, however he wants, with whatever he wants around this field. So I'm pretty sure in the day, I think he'll be tough to beat.
Yeah, and we got man, it's a really tight track, right? Like there's kind of only one groove, and it's all the way at the bottom, a little bit on the apron maybe, and but you have like there's a wall on the inside, so you can't even like send it in a little too low and wash up. Like it's going to be very tight, and that wall off of two. Uh, I think you're going to see a lot of guys hitting that, kind of getting tight off the corner, and it's going to make for a pretty interesting show. It's going to be about track position, and I mean, it's going to be hard to pass. Might have to use that chrome horn a little bit, but
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the biggest things about it, it's not quite a half-mile track. It's, zero 0.4 miles. 12-degree bankings in the turns, but 10 on the straight, so there's not really much of a transition between the straightaways and the turns. So it's really going to be a good bottom-feeding racetrack. So, like you said, the bumper is going to probably win this race.
Yeah, these guys from the past three races, they're not afraid to use the bumper. That's what I noticed.
But yeah, I mean, even like I said, going through here, I mean, if you look at the times throughout the practice session right here, I mean, the top 10 are, within a tenth of each other. So it's going to be key on their starting spots and track position. And I mean, how aggressive do you think they're going to be, Chase?
Uh, I mean, with this track being such a short track, I think it's gonna be, crazy aggressive, try to get to the front because once Justin get if when it's not if Justin gets to the front, it's when Justin gets to the front. How long before he takes off and starts putting down cars a lap down? So when we get the cautions, if we get cautions, how much it will affect the field.
Well, I mean, we definitely seen how cautions kind of shake up the end of these races, but I mean, can't say we've had our fair share of clean races this season. But knock on wood, this is going to be that race. I believe we're going to, because you really got to be patient, and moving through the field is definitely going to be difficult. So yeah, that's going to amp up the risk of the yellows, but I think these guys are. I mean, this is a good group of guys. I think we can do it. But
absolutely, yeah. So let's yeah, you guys brought up the last three races. They were definitely pretty chaotic, but I think we go in and take a look at our point standings here. So we got obviously Justin Brooks up front, 114 points. That may have changed. That may be before the somebody, maybe me, messed up the points last week. But yeah, so he's got a pretty sizable lead over Devin Jack, David Hill, Dylan LeBeau, who is not here tonight, right? And
Yeah, he won't. Yeah, he texted me he won't be here tonight. So that's
yeah, well, there is a drop week, so yeah, he'll still be in the running here for a good top five spot here. Uh, yeah, I mean, Robert Props, man, I still the Phillips brothers ain't been showing what they got, man. I know they're normally really good, and they've ran into some problems here the last few races, but I would not be surprised if they make their way up and into the fighting for the top three by the end of this season.
well, yeah, and like you had said, the stats are not showing how they've been performing. I mean, these guys have been running up front each and every race. It's just we're having these like indoor race conflicts that are knocking them back. So it's definitely not showing what these guys are truly capable of.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Hopefully tonight the luck will change. They can actually get up there and battle Justin under quick. So maybe they get the track position to be able to do something with Justin. See what they can do.
Well,
So
we're about
we
to find
are.
out where they're starting.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again, Justin. We're gonna talk at the same exact time.
Jinx, you owe
just
me a
be prepared.
soda.
It's gonna happen the entire night. But yeah, so we're gonna see who can come out here and try to win the Evan Pienta Designs Pole Award. Uh, and then so yeah, the top 10 will be inverted. We have the format right here. 5-minute qualified session, 14 make feature, top 10 are inverted. And then the top 5 from there will be 2 heats. The top 5 from each heat make the feature. The rest of the guys go home. I don't know how many we have tonight. Kind of, man, I feel for them, man. But it's the same way it is in real life. If you don't make the feature, you gotta go home. But yeah, we're underway now. We got a couple guys out here trying to. There we go.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and cut Johnny off anymore, but but no, like I'm really anxious to see, especially with these heat races. It's gonna really preview what this race is going to be like we've seen each week so far. These heat races, you got the one that's nice, calm, everyone's collective, and then you got the one that has a little more beating and banging because the intensity of making it into the show, and then both of those are combined into the feature race. So with South Boston being a shorter track than we've run these last 2 weeks, it's about to get heated.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so far it looks like Evan Pienta is running up front. Maybe had the wrong number for him on this grid here, but yeah, I don't know. Still Brooks has not ran. A couple guys are on track now. The Phillips brothers. It's just not letting me see them. There we go.
Yeah, South Boston's always been a fun place in my heart. Actually one of the place I got my first ever iRacing oval win. So I've had a little soft spot for South Boston. I ran 17 races. It felt like here because I wanted to get approved for a league. I ran and I finally did it. After one ARCA race here. So that was pretty cool.
I could jump on that wagon too because actually South Boston was my first win in iRacing too, in the Legend cars way back in the day when those were the rookie cars.
All right,
I'm not sure. It's
Johnny,
either this or Southern National in the straight stocks was my first win, but it might have been this. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look, but
that'd be pretty cool, man. All 3 of us win the first race in South Boston. That'd be so pretty cool.
Well, looking through the field, Johnny, it looks like we got 29 drivers that showed up for this race tonight, so we will have a few that are going to go home.
yeah, 5 guys are going to be man, they're going to be watching from the pits, right? But
and we're not talking about the burger place.
Hey, I was thinking, man, they have some nice seasoned fries.
Man, you go get me hungry now. I'll tell you what, man, not to get off topic from, the race that's going on tonight, but one thing I'll do, I'll get them fries, I'll let them sit a little while, and then I'll throw them in the oven, man, put some, like, cheddar and mozzarella on them. Man, dear. You can tell
So
I'm
Five
a
Guys,
fat
if
ass.
you're listening, we got an open sponsorship spot for you.
Hey, man, I'll give it to you. I just ate there. Actually, it was yesterday. Had that patty melt for the first time. That was banging.
Not a surprise, but Justin Brooks just went top of the board.
You know what though? But look how close P2 with Caleb Boykin.
Yeah.
I love that name.
It's a newcomer, right? I'm pretty sure. Did he run last week?
I don't recall seeing that name. That name does not sound familiar to me.
Boykin is new. Yeah, I don't know
Be spicing
how
things up.
yeah, I think he's a fresh entry here, right? You know, and yeah, it seems like he's man. I mean, you know, come in and just be second right off the bat, man. We might have some competition here tonight, but
Well, I mean, he's the only other one that's cracked into the 14. So,
Yeah.
not that
He's also-
nobody else isn't close, but you know, I mean, at 14 looks a lot better than at 15.
He's also got one of those Justin Brooks design paint schemes on. That looks kind of nice. So
Oh, you think that's what it is? You think it's the Justin Brooks Designs paint schemes
I
that make
think
these
if
things go
you're
quicker?
doing anything like
It might
Justin
be,
Brooks
man.
in a late model stock, I think you're doing pretty good.
Well,
All
it looks
right.
like we're lining up for Heat 1. Johnny, you want to throw us up on the grid?
Yeah, we're gonna try it here. We gotta, man.
Man, I joined in as the
There we
race.
go.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah, so
Whoops.
grid up.
Gotta rush
If you're in
laps.
this, grid up and then bail out so it doesn't wait, right? But or if you want, just run it.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah, run the heat race. Just don't. Yeah, tell us what the track's
Nah,
like.
yeah, that could mess. You know, mess someone up or something.
Yeah, totally
he
messed
doesn't
that
transfer.
up. My bad. My bad, everyone in the field.
Yeah, so
Wanted to
real
sneak
quick,
in.
we will. We're gonna go through the grid here. We got Clifton Simmons starting first, Bob Belshaw second, Jacob Phillips starting third, James Danforth once again in the heat. Got to fight his way tonight. You know, we got Matthew Karakoff, Lee Campbell, another slingshot guy, newcomer to Spark here. Glad to have him out here. Garrett Lane, and then the one and only Justin Wilson starting from the pits. Right?
I say let him run it.
See, the problem is, I know he would go up and win the fight. So.
Oh,
No, not me.
was that
Not
it?
me.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh,
my apologies
Swear
to everybody's
jar.
children. Yeah, we'll put that one in the swear jar.
Come on, Johnny.
Attention, all videos. This is now a PG-13 with our
Well,
one and only.
Cut it off. We're going green. As we tail off into
flags
turn
out.
one. Johnny is no longer allowed to talk the rest of the evening.
Well, who's going to interrupt you?
Exactly, right. But I can't believe they're still side by side on
Oh,
contact with the
the
leader. Oh, he's around.
77 just straight up dumped the 38.
Oh. Clifton Simmons just
Whoa.
cannot catch a break this season, man.
No, he can't. I mean, man. But this
go
is
back
one of those
and-
things that we had talked about, Chase. I mean, it's such a tight track. These guys are going to be throwing it in there, and it isn't going to take much to turn one of these guys around.
Yeah, especially in, like the way the noses are. They're like kind of pointier up. The back end kind of sets up a little bit, so any type of contact getting underneath the rear end is definitely going to send the car around in front. And I mean, from the first lap, corner or whatever, it looked like the high side was actually going to compete with the bottom and like prevail on the exit of there.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
part of it is, man, I think he was just really trying to take it easy. It's the first lap. He probably could have dove it in a little harder, but why, right? And the guy behind him just, man, he was still running qualifying mode, I guess. He dove way in there and it took him out, right? But
Yeah, and I mean, looking at Clifton's car, I mean, he's got some serious rear end damage, some left front damage. I mean, and we've seen how sturdy these cars are, given what happened last week or 2 weeks ago at Irwindale when somebody sent it off into the access and was still able to run. So, and run competitively at that. So, he's got plenty of time to get back up there. Said there's no caution laps don't count, so these guys should be able to race it out. He's only one spot away from making it in. So, see how he can pull through here and see if he can race his way back in.
yeah, I mean, he's definitely not out of it. That the back end can take a lot more than the front, I believe. And yeah, I mean, it's only a couple spots gain. But here we go. It looks like they're doubling up. The lights are still on. Maybe I'm wrong. But Bob Belshaw leading the field here. Bob Belshaw, hey man, he's been around since man, as long as I can remember doing this late model stuff, and hopefully he can get himself a heat win tonight, transfer into the feature. We love seeing him
yeah.
out there.
So how aggressive are you if you're Clifton? You know, starting on the pole and then just gonna getting turned on lap one, turn three, whatever. Like how aggressive are you trying to get back to the front? Or are you just trying to make sure you stay in the top 5 spots?
I was about to say, I think you're just fighting to stay in the top 5. I mean, really, he just has to get one good restart here, and he's in the transfer spot. So, granted, he is starting on the outside, and that doesn't mean that Jacob Phillips and Garrett Lane aren't going to give him make it easy either, because they're trying to race their way in as well.
Yeah, what a great start by Belshar. We missed the start a little bit, but single file. Belshar, Dan's fourth. Can't really tell who's in third. And the 54 and the 14 are side by side for fourth.
Yeah, that's Matthew Karakoff there in P3 with Lee Campbell in fourth. They're side by side back there for the transfer spot in P5.
Oh my! It squeezes him up into the wall, but hey, no harm, no foul. 38, Clifton Simmons. still got his work cut out for him to get back in, but
yeah, it looked like. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if this doesn't show you that being on that outside is just absolutely terrifying right now, then, this is what the race is going to be like. There is no grip up there, or there's no speed up there.
Maybe turn one, lap one on the restart outside of work, but after that, you get fighting for the bottom. Now I'm curious now that the 77's in front of the 38. Does the 38, give a little payback to the 77?
You never fail to bring that up, don't you? I was waiting on it. On it. But you're not wrong. He is right there on his left rear. But you have to be. To try and get that run.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are not in the transfer spot, so they're going to be racing as hard as they can. We only have, three laps to go this time by?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
3 laps to go. The battle is on right now. Garrett Lane is in the prime position to make his way in. But even better than that is Bob Belshaw up front leading this thing. Out front of Shane Stanforth and Matthew Karakoff.
Yeah, business has definitely picked up in the battle for fifth, as Lee Campbell kind of touched the wall. 77, is looking inside the 54. It looks like he's, door
he's
up.
Got the nose.
Contact.
That's going to open the door for Clifton.
Oh,
he hit him again. They're both around.
Man, what a dumbass move. You just took both of yourselves out of that. I don't know, man.
Well, I will say, it is frustrating. I mean, the 77, he had his nose sort of under there. Gave him a little bump, trying to get the little bumper run. And clearly it didn't work out. But, man, I'm going to tell you what, Garrett hit that backstretch pit entry wall pretty hard.
Yeah.
Hit those tires on those barrels.
What I noticed, too, is like the 77 got a little loose, whatever, and they were kind of coming around. The 38 was like, all right, here's my shot to give a little, help him out a little bit more, to spin around a little bit more,
Not that he helped him around. I mean, he had nowhere to go.
Well, I know that, but I mean, like, help him, like, spin around, spin a little bit.
I mean, that was the opening. That was the opening he needed to make it into this race. Given all the bad luck he's had these last few weeks trying to get into the show, that was what he needed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so going back and looking at it, I kind of rescind my comment. Man, he probably thought he had the lane. So,
yeah, like I said, that was just hard racing for the transfer spot.
No takebacks, Johnny. No takebacks.
Yeah, that was a dumbass comment, Johnny.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, we're kind of at the mercy of race control right now. We have hit our 8-minute time limit, so we'll see. I'm sure they're going to let them duke out this green-white checkered, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, it looks like it did extend it to a green-white checker, so it might, right? Or it might be a one-lap shootout. I don't know. Depends on what iRacing says, I think, but
we'll just wait and see. I mean, it's good to see old Lee Campbell, show up and ready to transfer. That was pretty cool.
Well, the race ain't over with yet, Chase.
Well, I mean, if it is, we'll know right here, I guess.
Well, I will say it is good to see some of these drivers that are been missing out on some of these races. Danforth, P2 in a prime spot to get this transfer spot, and then, like you said, Lee Campbell.
Lights are off.
All right.
So now, if you're the 77, how hard do you drive it?
Well, I think
knowing
77
knowing
right now is on his last limb with two incidents under his belt right now.
yeah,
But I mean, he's going to be aggressive. But
that's how you got to pass here.
Clifton better hold on.
Oh,
Buckle them seatbelts tight and go.
what a great
beautiful.
jump. Yeah, what a great jump.
Yeah, it was a good jump by the leader there. Danforth's looking. I mean, I doubt he's going to be aggressive. I mean, these guys are in the
Oh,
transfer spot.
77's looking on Lee Campbell because Lee Campbell got stuck in the outside.
Oh, man, it is going to be tight. Lee Campbell's right there. White flag in the air. They're still side by side. He's going to bump him. He's moving him up the track.
Oh,
And
no.
around he goes in the back.
What a save.
Oh,
What a save, but a little too late. It's going to put Lee on the outside looking in. Bob
That's,
Belshaw just won this heat. Bob Belshaw.
yeah. Belshaw.
Good for him. Good for him.
He was definitely the man of that race.
I
Controlled
think
it from
real
start to
quick,
finish.
we're going to bring him in. All right, let's see. It might take me a second to do it, but Bob Belshaw, this is Johnny, Chase, and Justin in the booth. That was a very exciting show. Congratulations on the heat win. You made your way into the feature. How you feeling?
Good. Finally got finally got a win of some sort. Kind of unusual for me.
Hey man, I'm telling you,
win's
you
a
got
win.
some speed. You were putting down some laps there, and man, they were duking it out in the back there too, man. And yeah, I mean, how did the car feel? How is it driving?
It's good. Feels good. Like I say, there's not. It's got good bite off the corners, and yeah, it's just like I say, I had nobody in front of me, so it was a kind of a nice feeling for a change.
Yeah, it was good to see. Yeah, we wish you luck in the feature here, and yeah, hopefully we get to talk to you later on. Yeah.
Yep, I need it. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Well, we got one to green here. We'll just go run through the grid real quick. We got Anthony Roselli in P1, Vincent Weaver 2, Aiden Neeson 24 in third, James Barker in the starting fourth, Noah Blackwell fifth. Got Dave Grajewski. There we go. Sixth, AJ. I'm sorry, AJ. Maglio. There we go. Seventh, and Clint Walker in eighth. Got a good field here. Pace cars dipping in here off turn 4. I'm gonna tell you what. Roselli's probably going to get that jump like he's been getting in these other heat races we watched him in. And there they go. Actually, pretty side-by-side going in turn 1.
Oh, the 10 washed up into the 28 and got a little loose. So as the top 5 are kind of breaking apart.
Yeah, these guys are really...
Oh,
Oh, 28's around on the front
28.
straightaway, up in the air. Oh. I don't even think he saw that coming.
Man, what a recovery though. If the caution didn't come out, he still didn't lose all of the positions. You know, like he wouldn't have been last.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
he definitely just helicoptered down the front straightaway.
I think his night
He's
might
stuck
be
to
done.
landing.
Yeah, his left front tire's not even spinning.
Yeah, he's definitely got a broken right front, it looks like, as well. And it's a bummer, too, looking at it, because he was being kind of generous with the 1, kind of checked up for him a little bit, but the 10 did not see that checkup, and it just bumped into him. I mean, it's just 100% a racing ordeal. Just one guy trying to pass and one guy trying not to hit another one. So, and that sucks for Barker. I mean, he had that great run last or 2 weeks ago at Irwindale. He was running up near the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just shows you, kind of importance of how much qualifying in the top 14 really is, Like, even though you may be quick or whatever, but you get stuck in the heats, it's like you never know what's going to happen with the draw of qualifying and, with people, wrecking, just, having accidents in the heat, whatever. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think him going a lap down right here pretty much sealed his fate. But yeah, I mean these guys. I mean they're racing into trying to get this transfer spot. I mean these guys were in the transfer spot, but you know, it's really a tough break for James. Again, coming off a good run from Irwindale, just to kind of get taken out. And like you said, Chase, it's all about qualifying. It's important to qualify in that top 14. Try to avoid being in these races because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, they're coming. You know, pace cars off. Excuse me. Got a great jump by Roselli, and Dade's stuck on the outside. You know, P3. So we'll see how if he can just fall back in the inside line because the outside is not as firing off as much as the inside is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
no,
outside is
I-
definitely. Sorry, Johnny. Go ahead, man. I don't mean to interrupt.
I was going to say, if you're Dade, you just want to drop down, let them guys go, get to the bottom, and defend your position. But that is not happening right
I
now.
was all about to say this is a fist fighting on the back straightaway here. These guys are just door banging. Dade is just stuck on that top, and he's trying to get down to the bottom. In fact, he's trying to force his way down to the bottom.
Yeah, use that top line to get the run off, but now he knows everybody's pretty much single file.
No, I mean Dade's just choosing to run that top line. I mean, not going to question it, but looks like Noah Blackwell has just driven himself back into the transfer spot in P5. So we got a little bit of a battle going with the 1 and the 24. I mean, Aiden is there. I mean, do you think he's going to push the issue with Weaver and trying to pull off a pass here with just a few laps to go?
Maybe on the white flag, but I think once you're locked up in a heat, there's no urgency from the behind. So I think he might just sit there, but I may be wrong. I mean, he's getting closer and closer. One thing I noticed, man, that 10 car is burning the rears off of it.
He is
sideways.
And AJ is creeping up on him with just 2 to go. I think AJ might have something for him here going into turn 3.
The 10 car's been, like I said, he's just been sideways, and the 03's been wrapping the bottom. So, like I said, with 1 to go, 2 to go, however many laps to go we got.
This is definitely the white flag as they're going off into turn 1 and 2. The AJ is there. If he's going to make the move, it's going to be right here. Noah sends it in. AJ's going to get the run. Is he going to be able to get under him? He's going to give him a bump. No.
Wow.
Good
Anthony
for
Roselli. Hey, winning the heat, getting his way in. It's like Anthony Benson, Aiden. The curve got a little messed up there, but
Hey, good for AJ. I mean, it sucks he didn't transfer in, but if like a lot of other people would just send in, and the 10 would have been around coming to the white or coming to the checkered, battling for the last transfer spot. You got to do what you got to do to get in. But respect for him for not racing clean and not just totally sending it in on him.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's thinking back, going, if I maybe would have just bumped him.
Oh yeah.
But the way that Noah was just drifting those turns, he definitely probably would have went around. So good clean racing, good hard racing. And like I said, it sucks for AJ for not making that transfer, but Noah's in. We got what do we got? Roselli, Weaver, Nice, Clint Walker, and Noah making it into the feature here.
I'm not gonna lie, the tribute card Justin Brooks has for old Scott Bloomquist, it's really good, man. Like I say, I know it's in the warm up, whatever. Just want to touch on it. It turned out really good. I know he sent a picture of it, and yeah, it looks very good and clean.
yeah, I'm trying to pull it up here. Yeah, there it is. Obviously, that's man, some awful news. If you're a racing fan in general, I'm not too much into dirt stuff, but Scott Bloomquist, and yeah, it's very cool of Justin to run that tribute deal.
All right, so I hate to be like this, but if we was going to Vegas, you think we're gonna have a long green run? We're gonna have some short flag runs. what do you want to learn how to drive? A real good, fast, short run car, or do you want a long run car right now? How to drive?
Uh, honestly, it's going to be up in the air. I mean, we've seen these restarts just based off the heat races alone. They're going to be tight. They're going to be close. They're going to be trying to gain as many spots as they can, capitalizing on that track position. So these restarts are going to be key on on pretty much how this race is going to unfold, right? Everyone kind of finds their place, gets into the rhythm. I mean, yeah, this will click these laps off extremely quick. But on the other hand, we get impatient, try to take when there's really nothing there. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, one thing I also noticed is that when the pace car dips off, the green's coming out. So it's got like a really short restart zone. So I'm curious on how much that's going to affect, having the leader, have the ability to jump, start to help spread it out or everything like that. It's just, all right, pace car's off, let's dip.
Oh, yeah. Well, these guys are lining up, and we'll turn it over to Johnny for the grid.
Yeah, just bear with me. We got a... Yeah, so we're going to have to do it this way again. We got a... Looks like with the invert, Ryan Phillips is going to be starting up front. David Hill starting second. Dylan Potts starting third. The camera reset on me, but yeah, Sean Johnson starting fifth. Lucas Longmire fifth. Man, I got it all messed up right now. I'm trying to catch up.
It's okay. I kick up. Devin Jack in the 49 will be starting in sixth. You got Scotty Phillips starting in the P7 position. Evan Pienta in eighth. Caleb Boykin also quick in qualifying. So we'll be keeping an eye on him starting P9. And then Justin Brooks, 3P, going for 4, starting in 10th.
We got David Matthews. Davey Matthews, not related to David Matthews. It's a nice band. Anyways, 11th, Sean Hill 12th, Jake Maki 13th, Caleb Hill 14th, Bob Belshar, Heat 1 winner 15th, Anthony Roselli 16th, James Danforth 17th, Benson Weaver 18th, God, I can't read, Matthew C 19th, Aiden East 20th, Clifton Simmons 21st, Clint Walker 22nd, Garrett Lane 23rd, and right out of the field is Noble Blackwell.
Yeah, so there may be some type of a scoring issue because I'm pretty sure that everybody's favorite Hollywood actor, Clint Walker, finished at the back of his heat, didn't he? I don't know. Maybe we had.
Also, I see Garrett Lane. Garrett Lane didn't make it into the show from his heat.
Oh,
and I
wait.
noticed the 77.
77
I wonder
did
if
not
they
make it in.
I wonder if they fixed it with him causing 2 or 3 accidents in that race.
I don't know.
But regardless, we can't control the weather now, so pace car is about to be off.
You can't. It's better to be lucky than good sometimes. Green flag is underway. We had a little bit of a checkup on the bottom side, but the guys are getting together. No, they do not. They do not. They got a wreck in the back straightaway. Danforth is already around. Matthew Karikoff sitting backwards on the front straightaway right now. Big domino effect going through the back straightaway. That's one of those things that we had talked about right before the green here, Chase. Just that aggression that's going to... Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
So the yellow...
Why?
Was not out.
No? Well, we're going to go back and look at what started this.
Oh, man. That's
right on the start. Big crash. Danforth spins around, 0-0.
And Justin Brooks was involved in that.
He definitely was.
Yeah,
I mean, that was. I'm not trying to sound negative by no means, but this was just completely uncalled for going into turn 1 because. I mean, the 00 just. I don't know if his spotter was. I know the yellow. It was just a mixture of things with the yellow no being out, but his spotter should have been telling him, "Hey, don't go." It's just That's frustrating for a lot of these drivers. A lot of good cars torn up in this wreck.
Yeah, that's man, that's there should have been a caution thrown. And man, if you're in that position and there's no caution thrown, you got to know to wait. You know, you're down on the
Yeah.
inside, just let everybody go, man. But
Well, we got a lot of tore up cars in this one, and going through, you know, Brooks has got a lot of damage on his car. I mean, a lot of damage.
I'm looking at second
Which is
place
plus-
David Hill, and the right front is gone, man.
So on the flip side of this, there's a lot of people that are going, Brooks was in that wreck. We have a chance.
Oh yeah.
Man, I mean, looking at it, he is pitting. He's probably got a meatball, but
Yeah, I will say this: everybody's kind of mad at Double Zero for pulling up, but just the way he was sitting. But he was sitting, sideways in the front straightaways, and I feel like even if he sat there, he was going to get hit regardless if he pulled up or not, because he's kind of perpendicular to the field. So, I mean, it is one of those damn if you do, damn if you don't type of things. If you try to hurry up and get around, hopefully somebody, he's going to the high side, everybody ducks to the below, or sit down in the middle and wait for caution. That never came.
Yeah.
So it's one of those,
yeah, there should have been a caution there. That's what it really comes down to. iRacing didn't call it. Race controller could have called it. Should have. It's okay, but here we go. We're going back green. We got Ryan Phillips, David Hill up front.
While we're going green here, I mean, Brooks did end up going a lap down, trying to fix a little bit of that damage he had. A little bit. He's got a lot of damage still to fix, but they're going off into turn 2. Son Johnson, they're getting a little wiggle. They straightened it up, diving it off into turn 3. You got like no time to regroup once you have a little mistake.
Yeah, very tight track. Yeah, we still see this battle for third, right? Sean Johnson, Devin Jack, these guys are up front just about every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good battling going back in the back. It looks like two's around in the wall. He saved it. Wow, what a save coming off turn 4 there. He was sideways. I think the guy that he bumped on the inside saved his life. What a save by Clint Walker there in the 0-2.
I will say this: Devin Jack's definitely holding his own on the outside. I mean, in the heat race, the outside was terrible, but like Devin, he's hanging tough on the outside, not falling back too far, and he's actually if he has chance to get to the bottom.
But don't you feel like running up there, you're being more aggressive and you're really, just trying to maintain that speed that these guys on the bottom that don't have to put as much effort into?
Yeah, but I'm also curious how much tires you're burning up being up there. Especially you got to trust the person on the bottom. Sean's a good racer. You got to trust that he's not going to overdrive it off the exit and just plow into you and ruin your night. And as he, was able to make the pass back on Sean on the outside. So, one of the slick cars actually make the outside work this whole run, this whole race so far.
Yeah, and pretty much the whole field right now is just single file all the way through. And I think they learned from that first incident. Now we're getting get that rhythm in, and we're going to see who's fast on these older tires. Who's going to be able to save their stuff. Evan Pienta is just driving down on the apron in turn 1 and 2, but he's making ground. He's gaining this group of 4 in front of him.
Well, I heard one time somebody said, if you're driving on the apron, that's your line. You're a beep. So I just wanna, he might be a beep.
We got some contact between Noah Blackwell and Bob Belshaw there coming off 2. Noah threw an elbow out coming off that turn to get by. That was a pass for 13th.
The 10's been thinking the elbow's been out since the heat race. So, hey, you got to do what you get you there. Devin's pretty quick. I mean, I know I keep talking about Devin right now, but Devin is able to roll. I think he's a little faster than the 43 in front of him. He's able to roll.
Look at the 43. Look at the right front, man.
Oh, I haven't been.
Yeah.
It's very impressive, man, that he's, with that much damage still running up front.
But I mean, This is some extremely tight, close racing, though. These guys are nose to tail, 10 cars plus back right now. But, you know, and it's gonna be tough to see. I mean, Evan Pienta in the 55, I mean, he's right there on Lucas Longmire. I mean, do you think running down on that apron is going to get him the run off to complete the pass? Or do you think what Devin's trying to do with running kind of high and trying to get that run off is going to be the way to go?
From my experience in these, or well, maybe not these cars, but at this track, you want to be on the apron a little bit. That's kind of the best way, and I don't know. There's
That
just
probably
like
helps.
slightly more grip down there, but
Probably helps the car turn as Devin's in the inside of 43. So now, once you know he's on the inside of 43, I wonder how far the 43 is going to drop if he can't make the outside lane work. You know, with all that damage that I didn't know he had. He's holding his own up there, not bad. But I mean, eventually you would think the outside would fall off, right? You would think, right?
yeah, I mean that's kind of the general consensus here. But yeah, I don't know. So far, who knows? Maybe the damage is helping him, right? But
Yeah. Well, I seen Devin was able to make the outside work earlier on the Sean, so yeah, maybe have more speed in there as you know he's pretty much cleared him, and as now I think he's gonna end up falling back just with the line of cars on the inside.
Well, we've already hit the quarter mark in this race. And, I mean, these guys, the intensity is still there. These guys are nose to tail. Looks like finally, like you said, 43 is finally starting to fall back. David
Oh,
Hill.
the 10's around. He washed up into the 41. He's backwards on the front straightaway. So let's see if he's able to get
looks
turned
like the
around.
caution does come out this time. Still somebody flying through, but yeah, let's go back and take a look at what happened.
Yeah, it looked like the 10 washed up into the 41 and spun around.
Yeah, man, they were fighting hard back there for that. What's about 11th place, and oof, big hit on the inside wall.
Yeah, it was definitely some serious contact with that inside wall there.
There's two people that are mad and happy about this caution. One, the field, probably a little mad about this because the person probably happy, Justin Brooks. If I'm right, he's the lucky dog. So we're about to find out how much damage he really has.
My scoring shows him on the lead lap, I believe, but
Oh, I mean, he's getting a lucky dog now.
Yeah, he is a lot down. He should be getting the lucky dog this time.
So now, curious on how much damage he really's got. You know, if he's able to keep up or.
Oh, no, he's definitely got some serious damage. He wasn't, doing the normal Brooks driving through the field. That car is definitely hurting.
Well, he's also a lap down, so I'm curious, how much was he saving waiting for that caution? Just staying in front of the person behind. He was only a lap down car. Why risk risk it for the biscuit whenever you ain't even in the drive through yet? Oh yeah.
yeah, so far it doesn't look like he's getting that lap back unless he already did.
He already did. He just
Car
went
don't
around.
look too bad. The left front's caved in pretty good. The left rear is caved in pretty good. But
Coming to pit. Probably get some of that damage fixed. See what he can do.
yeah. So up front, we still got Ryan Phillips. I don't know why this thing ain't working right now, but yeah, we still got Ryan Phillips up front. He's led pretty much the whole race at this point, I think. See him blinking a little bit. Devin Jack able to get up to second, and Sean Johnson starting third. Let's see what they got. We're coming just past lap 30, third of the way through, and see if we can get another good green run in here.
Oh, pace car's off. There they go. That was a pretty clean start. I mean, there was not a lot of checkups at all. Everybody seemed minor P's and Q's getting, on the restart.
Devin Jack fighting hard on the outside here.
Yeah, like I said, he's one of the only ones that made the outside actually work. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or if it ain't broke, you ain't gotta fix it. Don't fix it. whatever the saying is, not legal.
Exactly,
I'm struggling.
right.
The name was. I'm sorry.
It's all right, yeah, we got some good side by side racing up here right now, and like you had said, they're minding their p's and q's. We're only just past a quarter way through this race. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, Devin's making it work. He may be able to pass for the lead here. Very good battle up front.
Yeah, I'm curious how much that's burning his tires up. You know, being up there is gonna, you know, if he can get the 27 and get loose and center off like he just did, you know, he better get that run off. He's able to wrap the corner a lot better. Yeah, I mean, he's making it work.
He is definitely making it work.
It's impressive.
Beautiful run. He should be. I think he's going to get the run off the turn here and clear him.
Yeah, especially if the 27, you know, gets loose like he does on the bottom, or has to check up at all. He you know, I think he will. But if 27 hits his marks, he'll make it.
Oh, we got a spin on the back straightaway. 41 hard into the inside wall. Hard into the inside wall. Oh,
No.
hell. As the Johnny Rapp would say, spun him like a pizza going on the back straightaway.
Let's go back and see what happened. It looks like, man, kind of the same thing that happened with him in the, what was it, the 10 on the last caution. Kind of, one of them came down off a corner exit, and the other one was coming up. And let's see.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, he may have came down a little bit, but it's not like he had much room left up there. 41 definitely had a good run coming off the turn. I just don't think he anticipated getting that much of a run off the turn, being that close to the 5 car. And the 5 car being Sharn Hill.
Need to point out, Devin Jack made the outside work. He is now current leader.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's
Good for
definitely. I mean, he's the only car that I've seen tonight that's been able to make that second lane truly work.
One thing I noticed, I mean, I don't want to keep, you know, beating a dead horse about this, but I mean, I just keep seeing Justin going down, getting the car fixed, coming back on out. You know, I'm curious on how much he's able to get fixed. How fast can he get through the field? You know, because he's, you know, he's still, you know, he's won 3 of these, so you can't really count him out until it's over. So I'm curious. Like, I'm curious on how bad this car really is now after getting all the damage fixed. And nutrition, like, was it? Yeah. Nutrition.
Yeah, I mean, each caution really does help him out, but at the same time, I mean, we got 60 to go. Not really a lot of time, and he still has, you know, 12 or 17 cars still to pass. But at the same time, we do know how fast Brooks is, and you know, it's really still the unknown of what's really going to happen towards the end of this race.
Hey, I think we're doubling up for the restart.
Yeah, we are.
You know,
Devin's going to take the inside. Probably.
it's shocking. I would have.
I'd
been outside work the whole time.
He's been definitely making that outside work. Ryan Phillips probably learned something from that ordeal, and probably going to see if he can try to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Pace cars off. Taking the green. Devin with a great launch off that restart. He pretty much went immediately. Sean just gets a nose underneath Ryan there. They're side by side for second place. Contact in the wall with the 27. Evan Pienta back there with the 08. These guys are extremely close to one another.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the 08. You know, I mean, granted, you know, he's doing really good up front. I mean, it's a name I don't really, you know, normally see in the top 5, top 4.
Oh, you say that? Oh
good
no,
save, though.
He saved it though, and Evan Pienta's around as well.
And James Danforth.
Yeah, it looks like they actually slowed down this time. So, good job, everybody. It could have been a lot worse.
That is a straight forward domino effect. When Scotty bumps the 08, he bumped the 55 of Evan Pienta, and it turned him around as well.
And then after all that, Bob Belshar, you know, got turned around.
And I mean, it looks like Lucas Longmire just thought he was clear going into turn 3 there, and it just wasn't quite clear of the nose of the 29.
Sorry. I guess Bob was pulling out down. He couldn't see nobody. Pulled right in front of the 08 or the 80 and pretty much flipped him over. And the 9 and the 01 got stuck together for a minute.
Oh my! I just caught what you were talking about with the 80 of Roselli. I mean, he is upside down on the front straightaway right now.
Oh no.
Oh, that is not good, and he's done for the night too.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I don't think, but Bob saw him coming. Past the two cars that were tangled together.
We have seen some crazy crashes tonight. Crazy
got
crashes
that.
tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of a man. Man, that sucks.
Yeah, well, probably the person that got hurt the most of this, obviously, Roselli, but Evan Pinata, whatever. He's a lot down now after all that.
So it looks like race control deemed that on the 29 cars. So he gets serving his EOL penalty. And looks like we are doubling up for our going green next time by. Devin Jacks still got the point. Ryan Phillips right there in second, and Sean Johnson in third. These guys have been strong all night, these three.
You can't count out. No, I ain't gonna say his name because last time I said somebody's name, they got turned. And he had a good save though. I ain't saying nothing.
Well, pace car's down, and they are off. Better start by Ryan there on the second one. It looks like he was just trying to dip in behind him, but Sean said nope.
Yeah, it looks like they got stringed out. And
big checkup going into three. Big checkup going into three. We got four cars around. Almost synchronized. Oh, man, the 9 cars just had a horrible night tonight.
Oh, man.
Oh, guys, we're just stacking them up now. Like I said, with these restarts, everyone's going to be tight. Everyone's going to be close. Just give it a lap or two. We get it spread out. We'll start clicking some laps off.
Yeah, I think the 9 cars hit everything but the pace car. And that's
I know,
and
it's a bummer, too, because that is a really fast car. And even though he ended up going 2 laps down, he was still passing people. Like he was still faster than most of the field.
So we're going back. We're looking at this. It literally looked like everybody started to spin. Oh, okay. So the O2 made some contact. And that got the 88 out of shape. I thought they were just spinning in stereo, essentially.
Yeah, but, it's definitely what it looked like. But like you said, it was the O2. I mean, kind of got in there a little deep, hit the 88, and then obviously chain reaction with the 54. And
they called it on the 54.
Yeah. What he was saying, race control was saying was like, after the O2 hit the 88, he checked up enough to the 88 was going to save it, I guess, assume, and then the 54 dumped the other 2. But he just got the warning about, checking up a little faster, so.
Yeah, that might be, kind of a tool to get in his head a little bit. Like, all right, man, you really got to slow it down when this stuff's happening. But I'm on fire tonight, guys. I'm telling you.
Close your ears around Johnny.
Yeah, I want to talk to the manager.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine what's coming out of these drivers' mouths right now. Probably 80 times worse. Because I know some of these guys are extremely frustrated with the way that this race has been going.
Justin, if you was in this race, as you didn't make the field, what would be some of the words you'd be saying right about now?
I don't know. It depends. If I'm Devin Jack, I'm loving it. I'm loving it right now. The more laps we click off leading, better off, right? These top 3, top 4, they're pretty content, right? Getting with these yellows, but these guys in the back, they're frustrated because clock's ticking. There ain't much time left. Yeah. We got 45 laps to go. Taking the green here as Devin Jack gets the run off the corner. Green flag.
Yeah, definitely
These-
him going early helps out the whole thing, with the stack ups on the inside and outside.
Oh yeah, we got cars in the wall in the back straightaway. They're straightening it back up. 44 gets it gathered up a little bit loose there. Bob Belshaw, he's too hard into the inside wall. 9 car in it again. Oh man. Tough break. I'm
dear.
pretty sure Caleb Boykin has been in every single crash so far tonight. He has just had no luck.
I know you think
At
the
all.
brightest car out in the field wouldn't be, hardly getting hit, but this might be the opposite day. The brightest car is getting hit every single time.
Belshaw just misjudged that corner exit and tried to keep it off the wall, and at the expense of Clint Walker there.
Yeah, he's had.
I'll tell you what, man. We've seen this so many times tonight. We're gonna have so much pizza, we ain't gonna know what to do with it.
I know.
24 cars can't eat this much pizza. But
All right, speaking of pizza, what kind of pizza you like, John? So we'll have a little pizza break. What kind of pizza do you like?
man, I'll tell you what. Lately, I've been more of a plain guy, but I always liked me some pepperoni.
Plain. He just eats dough.
Yeah,
Cheese sandwich.
Not even cooked, just raw dough.
Yeah. You never know what cow the cheese came from.
Yeah. Could be a dairy cow. Could be a beef cow.
Yeah.
What
Explain.
about you, Justin? well, okay. So the difference between a beef cow and dairy cow, you farmers out here listening, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure dairy cows are, bred and raised to be, be your milk, do your milk, cheese, stuff like that, because they produce a lot of, dairy products, out the udders, and all that good stuff in the farms. Well, you got your beef cattle. They're raised, farm, raised, whatever, but they don't obviously don't have to worry about dairy, putting milk out their udders and all that. They actually get slaughtered for meat. Just the way they're raised and stuff.
Pretty sure that's why they're called meat cattle, man.
Well, you'd be surprised.
I don't know how we got this far off the rails right now, but
Oh no.
back to the race.
What's a lot of cautions? You gotta talk about something.
Right now, I mean, we have pretty much every car out here has some form of damage. Really going through. We got quite a few cars that are already out. We got about 6-7 cars currently out of the race.
Our pace car has led the most laps so far tonight. He should be points leader.
Yep. You
But
ain't
we're double
kidding.
filed back up. Try this one more time. Devin Jack has the lead here. He's got control. He's going to do like he's been doing. Pace car's about to dip off. He waited, but he took off. Definitely waited that time, and the 27 was not ready for that. Sean Johnson right underneath him going into 1. They're double file pretty far back. Justin Brooks is actually starting to make his way through the field, Chase, that we were talking about. He's in 12th place right now, just now passing the 54, Garrett Lane.
Can't
Don't
count him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, still early.
It is definitely still early enough. I think he could have a run, but we only have 36 laps to go. These laps are going to wind down quick with these green runs that we're going to hopefully start having. Man, contact between Belshaw and the 33 of Brooks. Brooks is trying to get by him, but Belshaw, he's driving aggressive. His
Blocks
contact.
him down. What a
He
save.
definitely threw a block. I mean, I don't blame Brooks for giving him that nose there. That was definitely a block.
Yeah. Pretty single file at the top. You got the 24, Aiden East trying the outside against the 29. Didn't really quite work. Took back in line, but I'm gonna probably regret my saying. But I want the 05, Vincent, the 1 and the 08 are all having a good run so far. As I say that, all right, we're good. I can say it next corner. Like I said, it's good to see those guys up front.
Yeah, but now that we're really starting to get single file, I don't know if you noticed, but we've clicked off about 8 laps. These guys are clicking some seriously fast lap times. 15 seconds a lap. These laps are going to wind down real quick. So if these guys are going to make a move, they're going to have to start making them now. Coming to 31 to go.
I'm curious now, like back to the leader, with Devin, um, how much has he burned off his tires with running the outside? And if Ryan has saved a little bit to, get him late in the run, see what all you can and cannot do.
Well, I mean, just looking at his pace right now, I don't quite think it hurt him as bad as he thinks. But we got a battle back here with Danforth in the 43. Brooks is trying to figure out which way he wants to go, if he wants to force a 3 wide or, I mean, he was looking for a while when Danforth and the 43 there were side by side. Looks like he gets right underneath Danforth. And the 43 being David Hill. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the 13 and the 29 have been bouncing off each other in front of them. So, like every corner, the 13 and the 29 are just coming together mid corner. And we've seen it later, like it doesn't work out too good for the most part. As I say, that 24 gets underneath the 13. And he watched
Yeah, but I don't know if you noticed, we have a battle for the lead that Ryan was just looking underneath Devin. Devin's starting to wash up in the corners. Maybe you're right, Chase. Maybe those tires are struggling a little bit. But Devin's running that little bit of a higher line while Ryan's just using that apron to get around. It's turning a little bit quicker lap times than what Devin is right now. Oh, so we got a yellow flag out on the track.
The 24
And I
cars
wanted to say these guys were dogging it out back there. And yeah, I went to that lead battle, but man, I can see it coming.
They've been bouncing off him, the 13, and he actually just spun out on his own. He just lost it staying off the 13. I mean, he was bouncing off the 13 earlier, the 10 or whatever number it is. But no, sorry, it wasn't the 10. But yeah, they've been bouncing off each other in the corners and everything. But he spun off the exit to stay off the the 13. So good, good for him.
I don't know about the good for him. I'm pretty sure he's not.
I mean, good for the 13.
fun-
Good for the 13 that he spun off,
Oh.
trying to stay off of him. My bad. Good for him. 13.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I mean,
regardless-
also better for you to spin out than, take somebody else
Yeah.
with you, right? So I can see that
Yeah.
too. But
Yeah, that is true. But kind of looking too, right? These guys definitely see a lot of these guys who are getting loose running on the bottom, kind of running that topper line, that these rear tires are probably starting to wear out. I mean, and then the aggression's picking up, so these guys are going to be really like boring it off the corners trying to get these runs. They're probably going to start seeing a lot of these guys getting extremely loose off the turn, similar to what the 24 did.
Yeah, washing up in the center. I've seen a lot of those guys wash up in the center, like just throw it in there and then it's not sticking and just washing up and just dooring the person on the outside. And sometimes they were dooring them so hard it was moving the outside car a lane half lane up. And then once you door them, make the turn and get the run off. 8 tires turn better than 4. So
we may have missed whatever happened to the 08 of Lucas Longmire. I've been wanting to talk about him. He's running up the top 5 there, man. And yeah, I mean, it was a really good recovery from the last race. I think he got wrecked out or maybe didn't make it.
he spun.
Did he spin?
Yeah, it's kind of like he was going inside, kind of washed up a little bit, door banged off the one, and did a half spin, and he saved it, and then just pulled, he was able to, had to go around, but he was right after the caution came out, and then, or once the caution came out, then he was so far
you're
behind.
welcome for just completely not listening to you when you said that.
All right, it's fine.
Well, speaking of not listening, I don't know if you heard or not, Chase, or see on the track right now, but Devin is taking the outside on this restart.
All right.
Man, you didn't even get to call it this time.
Curious to see it. So here we go. As a
It's
pace
too
car
late.
stepping off. We got 20 laps to go at the line. Devin's still got the point. Takes the jump on the outside.
Oh, I didn't
But
even lie.
Ryan's there. He's underneath him. But Devin just clears him going off turn 2.
Yeah, it's hard to get that good start from the inside when somebody's outside of you, in control. That was a really good start. But
Oh, we got a spin in turn 1. Oh, 44's around. Bradshaw is around. Kind of or Belshaw, excuse me. I said Bradshaw. I'm sorry about that, Bob.
I hate
get her
to say
moving,
this.
man. Let's go. Oh, no.
Cautions are definitely breeding cautions here.
I hate to say this, but old Justin Brooks in 8th place.
Oh,
He ain't done yet, man. Yeah.
He's having a good run like on the restarts. He's able to make up a lot of ground on the restarts, and like he started 10th on the last year. They gained 2 cars. You know, it's just if he's just picking off 2 cars every time to restart, man, he might.
Yeah. Going back and looking at this, it looks like it maybe started with the 10, or
Yeah,
maybe I got the wrong
definitely
guy.
Blackwell. No, I mean you're correct. It was definitely Blackwell. Going into that turn, kind of gave the 54 a little bit of a bump. Kind of got him a little squirrely going into turn 1, and he just couldn't quite hold on to it, and kind of tagged Belshaw there, and Belshaw clipped that inside wall, and it was over with after that.
Yeah, I think he was just an innocent bystander. We're going to go on board with him here and see what it looked like. But, yeah, he's probably surprised, I would say.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee he wasn't expecting that at all going into turn 1. He was already setting up his corner, ready to go, and then, boom, shot from the side.
Yeah. Well, we're going to re-rack him again here. We got what, coming to 14 to go. Man, hopefully we can run it out, man. It's been caution-filled race. It's supposed to be a race, right? But
Yeah, we're racing to the most cautions. You know?
I know these
Tell you.
guys in the front have been racing very respectfully, but now that we're getting close to this 10 to go, and knowing that these yellows are coming up, how aggressive, Chase? How aggressive you think they're going to be?
Aggressive, aggressive. You know, I gotta, quote, bring it on. They like to say that.
You know what? I take it back from what I said earlier, right? There are 2 cars that have no damage on them, and one of them being Ryan Phillips, Sean Johnson. I know the race is not over yet, but I don't even think there's a scratch on that 32 car. I think he's just biding his time, ready to pounce here with 10 to go. Devin with a huge jump taking the green there. Easily clears Ryan Phillips in the 27. Sean Johnson and Sharn Hill there battling side by side for 3rd position going off into turn 3. But as you mentioned earlier, Chase Brooks, he's there. I mean, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but he is there. Right there in P7, watching these guys side by side right in front of him.
Do you think he takes it 3 wide, or you think he just lets it settle out and gets what he gets?
It's 11 to go, Chase. What do you think, man? It is time to go.
It's time to go.
If he sees the opening on that bottom, I guarantee you he's going to take it. He has been a lap down, getting caught up in that first wreck. Unspeakable damage on that car that he has. And he is up here battling for a top 5 right now.
tell you what, while that's happening, it looks like Ryan Phillips is coming to life here. He's he's making a charge up to Devin. I think if it stays green, he might have something for him.
It takes him a couple laps to get going. Like I feel like on the starts, Devin just gets a massive jump, and then it takes Ryan a couple laps, for everything to get settled in, and then he's able to turn the wick on.
Yeah, I mean he's just slowly creeping, but the laps are winding down. I mean he's there, but right now the battle for P5 between Scotty Phillips and Justin Brooks is heating up. They're side by side. Justin's got the inside line going into turn 1. But Sharn Hill, man, I mean, I want to talk about the 05 here for a few minutes while we only got a few laps to go. But he's been running up front this whole race. Good, solid, clean race between him. And I know with Sean Johnson there, has been side by side there. Right now, sitting P3. If he hold it out, that'd be a good motivator going into next week's race.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we see this battle is it's closing in for the lead, man. But man, he might not have enough time. Might have to pull an Austin Dillon on him.
Yeah.
I don't really think you can. I mean, these cars, you can just hear them pegging it out about 3/4 down the straightaway. These guys are wide open. They're just trying to get as much out of it as they can. But Devin's starting to run that apron line, trying to get his car to rotate a lot better. But Ryan, he's giving everything he can. He's bouncing off the walls, off the corner. I mean, he's trying to be able to get there.
I
Got a
think
good
he'll be
run
there.
there. Yeah.
Coming to 2 to go, but we do have some lap traffic up ahead. 41 will probably be there at the end of this, but there he goes. Ryan underneath Devin. Is he going to be able to get the nose under? Devin gives him the room. Oh,
No.
caution flag coming to the white flag. Don't see it.
Was
It
it
looked like
Clint?
the 08 and the 13 getting together. The caution comes out for the 13 half spin.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
just
don't
a
know.
little bit. That was just kind of the racing ordeal here with coming to the white flag. The 08 thinks maybe if he could get in there a little bit. 13 was just being a little defensive, trying to get down to the bottom. I mean, that's just racing. That's late model racing right there.
Yep, it certainly could have been worse. I think, he just thought he had his nose in there already. He didn't quite, but yeah, I mean, it was a close deal. At least, it wasn't a huge wreck. So,
Yeah, I think in two, right? I mean, the one person that didn't want to see this yellow, I guarantee you, is Ryan Phillips. I mean, he was there. He was there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's going to be
Yeah, it was-
tough. I mean, he's really going to have to bank on Devin kind of messing up the start or something, or
Shoot, if I'm
maybe
Devin.
time it.
Devin, take the bottom. I mean, you're able to jump the start and be able to make the outside look silly. On here, be able to just take the bottom and just jump the start and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's really going to be truly up to him. I mean, we've seen Devin. I mean, he executes either the top line or the bottom line very efficiently. So I truly don't think it matters what line he chooses. It's just going to be a matter of if is Ryan going to be able to get that jump and time it perfectly to where he can have that one lap shot at him. Because we noticed from these last few runs, it takes Ryan a good lap or so to get that rhythm down, and then he is faster than Devin. But now we don't have that. Now it's go time.
And also, what would you do to win the race? Are you willing to ship them? Or I mean, they've been racing pretty clean for the most part. The whole race. So obviously, you have the advantage to actually win a race because Justin's had his bad luck today. Well, sort of bad luck. He's running 5th, 6th. But like, do you ship him if you get a chance, or do you just kind of try to race him clean and take what you get, or you actually go for the win?
Here we go. Devin Jack, really good start.
Yeah, Devin Jack definitely got a great start there. Ryan running that outer line. Looks like he might just get that run off the turn that he needed, sending it off into turn 3. It's a lot closer than we thought it was going to be. So they're coming off turn 4 to take the white flag.
He's got to have a bobble. He gets a great run. Run.
Definitely going to come down to this. Is he going to give him the bump? He didn't quite get there to give it to him. Devin Jack off turn number 4 to win at South Boston. What is that like to say? A new winner for the season.
Yeah, really good race up front. Anyway, these guys, man, they were just there all night, and yeah, I mean, it came down to a late restart, and Ryan gave it a hell of a shot, but
Definitely did. He was definitely right there. Sharon Hill with the P3 finish in that 05 car. A great night tonight coming from that 05 team. Sean Johnson ran top 3 the entire race, just comes up shy of the top 3, finished 4th. But Brooks, what a comeback from that massive crash on the first sets of laps there to bring home a P5.
yeah, hey man, I'm sure the whole field was thinking like, oh, he's wrecked out, he's a lap down, man, we're gonna make some points up. Oh, hey, he came back and proved everybody wrong. He yeah, it's still probably be his drop week, right? But it's only 5th place, not 20th. So
Hey man, if you got a golden horseshoe, you got a golden horseshoe.
All right, so we're gonna bring up if one of you guys want to get him, Sharn Hill coming home P3.
Got him. Sean Hill, this is Chasing Booth. You got a copy? Sean, you got a copy?
He may be away. We'll grab him. Maybe we'll grab Ryan Phillips first.
All right. Ryan Phillips, you got a copy?
I do.
All right. 1 for 2. Got it. So, man, how was your night, man? Tell us about it.
I was good. It was smooth for me. I just barely missed that calamity on the first lap there, and then pretty much ran it smooth. And Jack just went around me on the outside, fair and square. So
yeah, he was pretty quick on the outside. So when you got close to the end of the race, we noticed that off the first couple laps, it took you a little bit to get going. How confident were you able to be, like, if the end of the run would have stayed green a couple, to the finish, or would you think you needed a restart to beat him?
I think if it would have stayed green those last 15, 20 laps, I'd have been able to get underneath him. I'm not sure if I'd have been able to get by him though. It was hard to hold it down underneath when he was on the outside there. Devin can run that outside line pretty good. So I'm not sure I would have been able to get around him, but I know it looked to me like his right front was falling off pretty good. So if I would have been able to get underneath him, I think I may have been able to just nose him out.
That's good. Well, like you said, y'all put on a hell of a show. Racing each other clean, staying out of trouble. Big, basically, I think it was like 3 or 4 cars that didn't have damage the whole night. I think it was, you 49, 05, and the 32 didn't have damage all night. So basically, did a great job keeping keeping the boss man happy, not to pay for the all the sheet metal. But anybody want to thank anybody?
Yeah, no doubt. Just my family going through a rough time. My grandma and my aunt died. So just everybody that's watching, my family.
Well, yeah. Hope it gets better for you guys, man.
It will. This will make it better.
All right. Well, that was your second place finisher, Ryan Phillips. Bring it
All
home.
right, let's we're gonna try Sharn Hill again. Sharn, you got a copy? This is Johnny Rapp in the Spark Racing booth.
You give me 2 seconds. I'm going to figure out why I can't hear y'all. Give me like an extra second. 1 second.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Yeah.
Probably because we're not speaking English. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah. While we give him a moment, we'll let me see. What can we do? This is I'm not prepared for this. Is there something else?
Let's interview Devin Jack. We'll come back to him.
Nah, man, we gotta save the best for last. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe we will try that out. But yeah. So here we go.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Give it a whirl.
Yeah. Okay. Devin Jack, you man, you finally got yourself one here. Man, that was a hell of a show. Pulling up on the high side, making the move for the lead on the high side. You made us all pretty excited. And how do you think about your race tonight?
Man, I was sweating bullets the last 20 laps. Phillips was faster. I knew after the first 5 or so laps he was going to start gaining on me because all that high side racing, as fun as it was, completely destroyed my tires.
Yeah, I mean, so Justin and Chase both called that out. That they were a little worried about your tires doing that, but hey, man, it worked, and you're able to hold on. Take us through that before that last caution, man. How much were you sweating? Because Ryan was coming, and Yeah.
I had a chance if I could have kept him on the inside and pinched him off the corners. But if he would have been able to get any decent straight drive off the corners, his tire's way better than mine. He's normally faster than I am, so I would have been screwed. That last caution kind of saved me, but we would have been door to door coming to the line, so it would have been a good finish either way. I'm just happy I was able to hold on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you nailed the restarts. You kept the car pretty clean all night. And yeah, I mean, congratulations. Do you have anybody you would like to thank before we send you off to celebrate?
Yeah, just everybody that keeps the lights on here week to week, tries to keep things running smoothly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we appreciate it. That is your race winner, Devin Jack. Race number 4 of the Rescreened LLC Season 3. We're going to try it one more time with Sharn Hill here, second place. If you want to take him, Justin.
All right, Sean. Third time's a charm. You got a copy?
All right, I haven't figured it out, but it was a fun race. I think y'all can hear me. It was a fun race. The high line was working really well. Glad I didn't get caught up in anything too bad. Sorry to whoever hit my left rear and spun off into the inside wall. I didn't get a UOL, so I guess it wasn't my fault. A lot of fun. South Boston's a lot of fun. Yeah, I still can't hear y'all, so watching the broadcast back, it was really cool. Y'all are cool. Hope to talk to y'all again next week. But yeah, you're probably going to take a second, so it's fine.
Heck yeah, man. Well, that's all good. We'll get the technical stuff all taken care of. Good race. I know you can't hear us, but hope to talk to you next week, man. When we go off to, where are we at? North Wilkesboro. But yeah, that was from Sharn. Couldn't hear a single thing we said, but he pretty much was prepared for that interview. Good to hear. But yeah, North Wilkesboro,
Yeah.
Johnny. North Wilkesboro.
Man, dear, I'll tell you, that's always been a good one. I think that's the only track that Justin has won both times we ran it, because we try to diversify the schedule a little bit so we don't run a lot twice. But it's one.
I was
if not-
definitely a part of one of those. I was definitely a part of that last one. I can say, and that was a very fun track. Very fun track. You're able to really just send it into the turns. Both corners drove completely different to one another, so it's gonna be very challenging for the drivers.
Yeah, it's always a good show too, and a lot of guys will bring out like some throwback paint jobs and this and that. So yeah, we're excited to see that. And man, I mean that's going to be the halfway point, man. Then I think is it the week after that? We're gonna pull up the schedule now, actually, so I don't make myself look like an idiot. But once I can
Most of these drivers,
find it,
they're already definitely heading out. They got a car to fix, man, for next week. These cars, I think all but about 3 cars had significant damage this race. I mean, even our race winner had pretty good damage from that first incident.
yeah. I mean, it was, man, it was definitely it was a wreck fest. But hey, they they all stuck it out, and it's battle of attrition tonight. But yeah, Devin Jack was able to hold them off, and one of the few cars with limited damage. But yeah, we're looking here at the schedule. Obviously, we just got done with South Boston. That's race number 5 on here, but really it's race number 4. We kind of took one off here, but yeah. So next week North Wilkesboro, then we go to Aschersleben. That's now the third or
Sounds
fourth
fun.
different way I've pronounced that. Yeah. So Chase, I think you said you wanted to run the road course, right? Or
Definitely New Smyrna.
yeah.
Yeah, I think his was
Definitely,
definitely
that's my home track. 'Cause I live like 10 minutes from there.
Yeah, so you might have to be our in-race reporter for that. But yeah, Oschersleben, then Nashville Fairgrounds, which that's always a good time. New Smyrna, which we hope to see Chase out on track for. Five Flags, and then
the way-
rounding everything off at IRP, which is another, man, that's another multi-groove kind of, you want to run the wall if I remember right. But I don't know. But that'll be a great way to end off the season.
Yeah, Yeah, the way this field is, man, it'd be tough to make it in. There's a lot of good drivers, fighting. So the fact that be able to make the field would be a big, tall order, tall task to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So before we get going here, I got a couple things I want to hit. We didn't hit them earlier, so obviously wanted to give a shout out to Benson Weaver with number one hero cards. He sponsors that the street stock preliminary series that we run. There'll be a tape delayed broadcast for that later on this week. Yeah, he does really good work. Kind of if you want want to show off your paint job to whatever league you're in, and man, he does really good job. Kind of like just encapsulating kind of your paint job and using that in the background for the hero card, and really good work. So check him out on Facebook, number one hero cards. And then we got to plug Team Goon Squad here because man, they've done a really cool deal for us, right? They got this fans choice award where if you didn't do it during the race, man, yeah, you kind of missed out. You got to do it next week. Go in and vote for your favorite driver, and the driver with the most votes at the end of the season will receive a $50. I still have not updated the overlay here, but a $50 gift card for the Team Goon Squad merch page, which they have all types of Spark Racing League merchandise, from cups to shirts to hoodies to stickers. Go check them out. Really cool deal. Thank you to James East, and yeah, go check out his stuff. Sign up for his newsletter and all that.
Yeah, don't forget too, if anybody is interested, right? We do run trucks in these days as well. It is one of our off weeks this week as we move on to Chicagoland next week. Tune in on Wednesdays for that.
Yep, absolutely. You can find the broadcast for the truck series on HBR TV, Holler Boys Racing. Yeah, it's been really good so far. We only had one race that was kind of chaotic, but man,
I'm definitely not
fun.
gonna toot my own horn, but I have pulled off the last two, going for 3. Feel like Justin Brooks.
Yeah, maybe it's just something in the first name. I'd have to figure out how to change mine. But yeah, you're right.
No, Johnny,
been really fun. Yep.
To sign this off, we didn't do one thing. We didn't run through the grid.
Yeah, so you're right. Give me 1 second, because I thought I turned
we need a
this
schedule
off,
to follow.
but I didn't. Man, it's bad. I'm going through it tonight. But yeah, so we got race results. It may be wrong. You're going to look at it. You're going to see the wrong numbers for almost everybody. I don't know why, but we're going to work through it. So obviously, Devin Jack, Ryan Phillips, Sharon Hill, the top 3 tonight. Sean Johnson coming home 4th. Hey man, he's that first race was rough for him, but man, he's really been showing some progress here and getting up where we expect to see him. Justin Brooks coming home 5th, man. Really good points day. It could have been a lot worse. Man, what a show. But
yeah, Scotty Phillips finishing off P6. James Stanford making it in through the heat race, mind you. Coming on P7, starting 17th. Aiden Neese, another hard charger through the field, starting 20th, ended up finishing 8th tonight. And Benson Weaver, excuse me. I want to say Brendan for some reason. Benson Weaver finishing in 9th, also starting from the rear. David Hill in the 43 finished 10th. Got Jake Mackey in 11th. Garrett Lane 12th. Noah Blackwell, the elbow man, throwing them elbows out all race, finished 13th. Lucas Longmire, who we knew was running in the top 5 for most of the race, that unfortunate little spin that he had, finished 14th. Bob Belshaw in 15th.
Now we have Caleb Hill 16th. Davey Matthews, still not related to David Matthews. It might be, I don't know. 17th, Evan Pinata, because everybody knocked him around today. Was 18th. Clifton Simmons 19th. Clint Walker 20th. Dylan Potts 21st. Caleb Boykin, the brightest car on track. Everybody hit him also tonight. He had unlucky 22nd. Anthony Roselli 23rd, and then running out the field would be Matthew
Karakov. I can say it now.
Karakov, 24th.
Well, I mean, we've seen all kinds of action tonight. We've seen some crazy wrecks. We've seen some very unfortunate wrecks. We've seen some really good hard racing. I know we're gonna go back to drawing board on some of these incidents that happened tonight, kind of study what happened and try to better everything. But all in all, solid race. New winner for the season. I would say we were all hoping for it. We got to see it. We weren't expecting it, but we did get to see it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, like I said, or like you said, it could have been a little cleaner, but we still, like, the guys up front had it together, and there was some really good racing between those. But yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that happened, in the back, and man, it's short track racing. You kind of expect it to a certain extent. So, I mean, not much you can do. You can go in and kind of, talk to the guys that were a problem. But I don't think anybody was really a problem tonight. I think everybody did a pretty good job. And yeah, we look forward to next week. We're going to sign off there for Justin Wilson and Chase Berry. This is Johnny Rapp with Spark Racing League. We will see you next week.